Alrighty, I got a entry level or just above an entry level AR-15 in, and we'll take a look at it. It's the Savage MSR. This is the MSR 15 Patrol model, and the Patrol model just means the trim that it has. In the box, basic stuff. Looks like they got some earplugs in there and a decal, so that's cool. Get a PMAG Gen 2, and then the gun itself. So there are a couple upgrades on the MSR 15 that you get over a typical AR-15 like M4 or A2 style. Some of those differences are the furniture, the barrel, and the gas block, and also the trigger, the trigger and the hammer. MSRP on this gun is $852, but this one was $599. You could find them in that range pretty easily. Upper and lower receivers are both mil spec, hard coat anodized. The barrel is a little bit special, so Savage did something different using one of their own barrels. It's a 16 1/8 inch barrel, 1 1/8 twist, 223 wild chambering. Oh, and it's also 5R rifling. That's the new thing that everybody's pushing right now, is that 5R. I don't have a whole lot of experience with it yet, but it's supposed to have some good benefits, less fouling and better accuracy. We'll see how that goes. The finish on the barrel is also QPQ melanited in and out, which is nice. That harder than chrome finish is pretty cool, and it does look really good. The barrel finish looks great. You can see you've got that deep laser engraving there on the barrel. Camera won't really focus on it. Gas system is a mid-length gas system, and they actually have their own special gas block set up here. The barrel has a notch where the gas block goes that actually holds the gas tube in. Here in a second, I'll pull these handguards off, and you can see how it works. It's pretty cool. It keeps you from being able to cant the gas block, even if you change it out for a low-profile one. It'll still give you that same feature, so that's pretty cool. The trigger is a mil-spec enhanced, what they call it. Actually, what the trigger is a Black Hawk Blaze, which is boron infused in the manufacturing process, not nickel boron coated. So you'll see that little bit of different color there. Trigger and hammer. We'll do a test on it and see what it pulls at. Furniture is Black Hawk. You got the Nox grip there. This handguard that I haven't seen before, and then that buttstock that I like. Sights, you have a Savage specific A-frame front sight block. Pretty cool design. The milling on it's really nice. And then you have this Black Hawk flip-up rear peep. This is the first time I've seen this rear peep. It's a little bit different, but it's kind of cool. So really minimalist. You just have that one peep right there, and the rest of this is polymer. The peep and the adjustment knob here are metal. You have this little lever that you can push in. So you push it in to bring the peep down, and locks it into place. And then when you're ready to release it, you do the same thing. You push that in. You can't really lock it back without pushing that thing in, but the Peep seems like it's nice quality, low profile hardware, so that looks good. Everything else seems to be pretty mil-spec. The staking on the castle nut is there. Not amazing, but it's there. So that's a good thing. I like the grip. The grip feels good. It's more of kind of that swept back look, but it actually has the same angle as a standard grip. Maybe even a little more upright, even though it does look swept back because you have that swell back there. There's a nice palm swell on the sides. Feels really good, and you have texturing all around, front and back strap. I do like this grip. The stock is a little bit different. So the QD mount is actually right here on the where the pivot hardware is. So this looks like QD, and so does this, but it's not. I think this is just takedown. Haven't really figured out what these two holes are for, but if you fit a screwdriver in there, you can use it to pry this thing off. But anyway, so you have one QD mounting spot here at the back. Let's see, what else here in the back end? There's an upgraded model, the Recon, and the Recon has a recoil pad here on the back. Not bad. Let's do a trigger test on it. See what it's pulling at. Trigger's never been pulled before. See what it breaks at. 5.5 pounds. £6. And right at 6 pounds again. So not a bad pull weight. Let's see what it actually feels like. So a little bit of creep. A little bit of creep there. Let me see if I can show you with my right hand. And then you have a pretty good break. There's a take up, and then creep, and then you break. Actually feels pretty good. I think that's the best mil-spec trigger I've ever felt. Oh yeah, coming off a reset, that actually feels pretty good. Definitely a lot better than a mil-spec trigger. So this is a second generation MSR. The first gens had a forward assist plug instead of a full length forward assist. But they got some complaints, I guess, and they brought back the actual forward assist. On cycling, I noticed the bolt stops really early. See how early that bolt stops? Not a real big issue because everything's kind of rough, but looking at the gas tube here, it looks like this gas tube might be canted a little bit here at the barrel nut. So let's take a look inside and see how it looks in there. And the upper, sorry, this is kind of out of frame here. Taking it down, not the important part. Let's take a look at this gas tube and see if we can see what's going on. All right, so I can definitely see the problem. It looks like the barrel nut is actually tightened a little bit too far, and it's not timed properly. The barrel nut is twisted a little bit this way too much, and I don't know if you can tell, but the gas tube is kind of bent here. Gas tube is bending out this way, and the end of the gas tube here on the inside is actually more towards this side of the receiver. Quite a good bit. Like the barrel nut was tightened up too much. Definitely fixable, but I'm curious to see how it's going to function. If you pull it back, it goes into battery nice and easy, and the gas key in the tube should wear in correctly, but I guess it just depends on how drastic that angle is to see if it's going to correct over time or give us some problems. So rather than fix it, let's just go shoot it like this and see how it goes. Handguards are nice. They're a thick, dense plastic, pretty heavy duty, and you have a heat shield here at the bottom. So while we have the handguard off, go ahead and show you the gas block alignment system. It's pretty cool. So you have this little key inside here, right behind this end plate, that holds the gas tube perfectly aligned, and it stays there actually in the barrel. The barrel has a little notch right at the base of the barrel. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but whether you have this original front sight block on or a low profile gas block, it's going to keep this gas tube nice and straight at this location. So that's kind of a cool feature. You'll also notice barrel profile. It is a pretty heavy barrel. Feels nice and solid, and the finish is really good. Let's get these handguards back on. Everything else looked pretty good on this gun. Internals are what you would expect. The bolt carrier and the bolt look good. Bolt is MP tested. Everything else looked pretty standard. So like I said, the only problem was with this, with the gas tube here going into the upper receiver. Looks like the gas, it looks like the barrel nut was tightened just a little bit too far. We're gonna go shoot it and see how it goes. See if it affects anything. If it does, not a huge deal. We can definitely retime this thing. So other than that, there's your first look at the Savage MSR for $5.99. Looks like a pretty good entry-level AR-15 that's already got some upgrades, so it could save you some money. Stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. When this thing goes and gets shot for the first time, we'll try to do a video on that. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Thanks for watching.